How was it getting in pads for the first day?
It's good. Everybody's getting that rust off. It's the first day. Everybody gets excited. So there's going to be a couple bodies on the ground here and there. But, as a team, we're trying to keep each other healthy. So we're trying to keep people off the ground. But overall, it's a fun day.
I think you get to really bang against, some of the newer guys like Zach Pickens, Jervon. What are you seeing out of the rookies from that?
I say they're very stout, and in both their double teams, they're both really strong, quick, athletic players, and I feel like they have an exciting future.
How's the transition to left guard, Teven?
It's going good, actually. I'm feeling more comfortable there. My pass pro's coming along, and only thing I need to fix with that right now is being able to move my right leg with me underneath me so I can get out and protect my edge more so I don't get edged and cause Justin to get pressured fast. So it's just I know what I need to do, and it's just how fast can I do it right now. That's what I'm trying to do.
Is there anything a left guard needs to do well that a right guard that's not that important if you're playing right guard, or vice versa? Or is it just the opposite?
I say it's just it's the opposite side thing. I mean, necessarily you're doing the same job. It's just different sides, really.
Teven, the path your career has taken since you got drafted, how different is that from what you expected it to be at the time?
For me, myself, I don't have, when I first got in here, I didn't have this ultimate goal about where I want to be in like 10 years. So, unfortunately, things happen the way they have been, and I've hit an injury slump, whatever happened in my early career. So, overall, I thought it wasn't going too well for me at first. And then now I'm starting to feel like it's starting to pick up, and now I feel like I'm starting to get going. And it's just, I wish I had this my rookie year, but it's just things happen how it happened.
When you consider the injuries, the changes that have happened here in the building, the position changes for you, multiple, do you view this as having been successful so far for you?
Overall, yeah, I do. I think it's definitely been successful for me, and it's just basically accepting different challenges and not running away from them, really, and just actually just taking them head on.
How was the offensive line as a whole today, did you think? What's your evaluation of today?
I think we did pretty good. It's just we got, like any other practice, we got a lot of things to clean up more. We got to nail the automatic stuff, like 3-step pass pros. We got to turn up the intensity a little bit more. We had great intensity today, but, you always push yourself to be more than it was. And that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow.
You said earlier this offseason that you were working on the smaller muscles in your back, if I remember right. Does it feel different? Do you feel that difference right now, that everything feels stronger back there?
Yeah. So what I've started learning, don't actually quote me on this, but I think there's small muscles around your spine that I have never noticed or never thought about in my whole life. And when I started doing more workouts and educating myself, because I have to because of my back, it's just when I did starting to strengthen those things, you start seeing differences in how your posture is. Even though my posture right now is very bad, I'm leaning forward. But other than that, it's just I try to be more conscious of that, and it does make a big difference.
If you didn't know those smaller muscles were there, what got you into sort of strengthen them? How did you even get it?
My Pilates instructor. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, she educated me on that when the mind-body connection that we went through, and just being able to understand why you can't do certain movement right now because those muscles are weak and some of them are strong, and big muscles, you have 3 muscles on your abs, it's just the core, 6-pack, V, whatever, all that, and then just the smaller muscles that get neglected because those people want to have a 6-pack, get shredded, all that. They want to work the big muscles, not the small ones that actually keep your core strong.
The difference that it's made for you, is that how you feel health-wise, strength-wise, or are you noticing that on the field? Are you able to do different things on the field because of the way you're training and working on those muscles?
I do, actually. It's just when a D lineman's trying to shed you off or throw you, you'll be able to engage that certain core non-consciously. The muscle just has that natural reaction to activate, and you can just move yourself back in position, in a good position, and block a man.
Teven, are you able to be in a place where get to a place where you don't have to think about the back? Are you already in that spot, or is it hard, especially with the pads coming on today and things getting a little more physical? It's hard to not, let it.
I mean, you still always gotta be conscious of it, but overall, I'm not worried about it. It's just something. It's like an afterthought, really. It's like we had a hard day. Am I going to be sore tomorrow? Most likely, we're hitting today, so it's going to be things going to be sore. Legs going to be sore, back's going to be sore, head's going to be sore. It's how it is.
In the off season, just when you're working out, but you're not getting hit by guys. Do you think about your back every day then too? Is it just kind of?
Yeah, I'd actually think about it more often in the off season because I want to take care of it. Because when I think about it more consciously in the off season, and now we're here, I don't have to think about it because now I worked on it all off season.
But does it feel like you'll always have to do extra maintenance on it to be able to be on the field for as long as you play the game?
For me in my career, I believe so because just you're getting older. This thing's gonna start wearing down. You gotta keep things strong. That's how it is.
You've said in the past too that you basically could move anywhere on the offensive line, but it would just take you some time to get up to speed.
Yeah.
With this move, has it come quicker as far as getting, or do you still need some more time? Or how would you say the adjustment? Did you think it would take longer, or are you right on pace?
I thought it would take a little bit longer, but I feel like myself, I'm progressing a lot further than I thought it would be right now.
Cody said yesterday that the thing that stands out to him the most with Darnell is the strength that he has shown in one-on-ones and then taking that from individual to the game. Having been with him now for a couple months, what stood out to you the most about him?
I would literally say the same thing, the strength of how he plays and just being able to see how he sits down on bull rushes, like the way he recovers out of like bad positions, I would literally say it's phenomenal the way he does it. It's just mind-blowing myself. I haven't seen it in all my years I'm playing. The way he's able to get into like football positions out of like being all out of sorts somehow and then sitting down on bull rush and stopping a dude before he gets adjusted. It's actually very good, like how he does stuff.
What do you know about Braxton now that you didn't know before you were playing next?
Yeah. Braxton now that didn't. I don't know. I thought we used to be always a little close. So I don't say we. I mean, we got closer because now we're starting to hang out more. But honestly, I didn't know he gamed as much as he does. Yeah, we've been playing a little bit together lately now. But before that, I feel like I know most about his life. So just day-to-day life with him.
Do you see any similarities? I mean, you were a rookie 3 years ago between yourself and where Darnell is kind of entering this journey.
I'd say he's further ahead of me right now. Actually, when I first got in here.
How so?
He's just a different athlete than what I was. He's a stronger man than I was too. So I mean, he's just a different player. And I feel like at that time where I was in my career and where he is, he's way further ahead right now.
Teven, what's been the best part about training camp so far?
I would just have to say our meetings. They get fun. They get fun.
Oh,
They get fun. I mean, we might yell at here and there, but most of the time we try to keep it fun around the O-line room and offense. So that's what my favorite parts have been.
Teven, when you're in pads, how difficult is it, especially for offensive linemen, to be physical, but you're in training camp and the coaches don't want you to overdo it? You're going against teammates and stuff like that. How difficult is it to toe that line when you're just kind of physical by nature? How do you find that sweet spot?
How do I find it?
Yeah, just how difficult, how much of a challenge is that? Because you guys don't want to
go as hard as you can until coach yells at you. That's exactly what it is. It's either, it's hard finding that fine line. It's either you're not going hard enough for what they like, or you're going too hard. And now you're putting the team at risk. So you're just trying to find that middle point. It's very hard to see. It's like it's a responsibility thing between us and the defense. So we're trying to work together to find that. That's what we try to do.
A lot's been made so far. I mean, it's only been a couple days, but about Justin and his release and getting rid of the ball faster. I know that you're not typically looking back at him most times when you're. Hopefully. Can you tell though, as an offensive lineman, can you sense when the quarterback is able to go through his progressions much faster and that his footwork's faster and he's getting the ball out quicker?
On the field, no. But when we're watching film, yeah, we can see that he's getting through his progressions very fast, and he's getting that ball out a lot faster, and it's helping us as well. And he knows that it does aid us because we're pass protecting. But the thing is, we have to know who we got back there, quarterback. That man's very special. He's going to stay in the pocket for 6 seconds, 7 seconds, break out, run. We got to protect forever. That's the thing that we have been preaching about in like our offensive meetings, our O-line meetings. Is just we got to protect to infinity.
Has there been an emphasis on the short passing game too, the quick hits?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of pass game lately. We're just doing a lot of like 2 minutes, a lot of one-on-ones, like things, a lot of pass pro individuals. We're just trying to up our game in pass pro right now, I feel like.
Last week it seemed like that corner spot was yours to lose. Now you see Terrell's getting in there in the mix. He's getting at least as many reps with the ones as you are. What, if anything, have the coaches told you about that competition and maybe what you need to do to solidify that spot?
Nothing really. It's a competition to the end. We both got drafted. Fair opportunities really don't matter where you got drafted at. End of the day, he come in every day with his head down, willing to work just as I am. I had a couple slip-ups, as a rookie, and, they made it. They didn't tell me anything, but they made it real clear that it's going to be a competition. I didn't earn anything. I have no stripes in the league. So just, every day we come in, we smile at each other. We also know that we both working for the same position.
Coach Flew said that some of those slip-ups that you kind of referenced are to be expected from a rookie actually coming in competing against guys like DJ and Moon and those guys. What are some of those things that you feel like you need to tighten up?
I would say my knowledge of the game, understanding, what comes with certain players and what comes with certain type of down and justice and stuff. Basically, just understanding what type of player I'm going against. Chase Claypool is totally different from a DJ Moore, and sometimes I won't say I struggle with it, but having that mental capacity to be able to switch in and out instead of going out there, like I'm in college and just playing everybody the same way.
Kyler Jordan told us that at some point last year he reached the point where he stopped thinking and he just could play. Are you still at that point where you got 1,000 things going through your head at the line of scrimmage, and how do you get to the point where you can just kind of trust your ability?
I would say kind of these last few days kind of been better. I even said that today on the sideline. I was like, it's kind of slowing down for me. But yeah, I'm still at that moment. Still being a rookie, still having outside things going on, trying to get settled down in a new city. Get everything settled, but also being able to come in and try to be a professional and lock in on what I really need to do. So there's a lot of things going on, but I'm starting to get better with it. Starting to really understand the playbook and understand what these coaches and this entire organization want from me.
Did you find a house yet?
It's still looking. I haven't found nothing yet.
What is that like, just having to take care of real work stuff while having a job interview every day?
It's a lot, but it's something I asked for, to be honest, with this profession and where I want it to be. And now I'm here. Can't complain about it. Just make sure that I use the help that's within the building and ask questions when needed. They tell us every day as a rookie you shouldn't know everything, so don't be afraid to ask questions.
Tyrique, when you talk about learning certain players and kind of their differences, have you talked to Jalen Johnson about that at all and how he kind of learned to do that and study opponents and stuff like that?
Yeah, every now and then I ask him a question, and he pretty much give me the breakdown. And, he referenced that, I'm kind of bigger than him, so some things might be a little bit different, but he definitely gives me a little bit more confidence that I needed, just being able to go out there and ask him questions. Or, if I don't understand a certain play or understand how they want the corners to play in his defense, I just ask him, and just having him being able to give me the truth behind it, and just give me a little bit more confidence that I needed.
How much did the intensity change now that you got into full pads for the first time?
I was amped, so I wasn't really paying attention to the intensity because I brought my own, to be honest. So I can't give you a truthful answer. I was already amped, so my levels was through the roof. So I probably wasn't really much paying attention. Just want to go out there and ball with the defense.
On the interception that Eddie Jackson had in 7-on-7 in the red zone, was that you that had the deflection?
No, that was Terrell.
That was Terrell. Okay. When you look at DJ and your opportunity to go up against him, what are some of the things that you see in him as a veteran receiver that helped you kind of get better?
I just hate his body control. I don't hate it, but it's just the way that he understands the game. he understands, you know, if I take away this leverage and he has to get to it, he knows that he can do certain things to get back to it. And you know, I'm starting to watch film on him a lot and understand how he plays his game. It's like he's moving in slow motion, and that, like I was saying earlier, his body control when the ball's in the air, like he doesn't exert himself. It always finds a way to come down with the ball.
When he makes a catch or two, when you have near perfect coverage, I mean, how do you kind of process that after the fact?
I'd be upset, but at the end of the day, I just know that I'm getting better. I'm going against a hell of a vet, and you know, him being able to you know, give me the reps that I needed, but also become better himself. It's just gonna make me better from, you know, them times I'm in the game and the game on the line, and you know, as a rookie, I know the ball coming my way.
How big was that interception for you yesterday? Just you talking here about some of the struggles you had last week. You come back after the day off, you get that pick. I mean, did that give you a boost of confidence?
I won't say it gave me a boost of confidence. My confidence always through the level, always through the roof, always at a high level, because I know what type of player I am and I know what I'm capable of. But it just gave me a better idea of how to, you know, play through the play. Don't give up. Make sure that every play is always played to the last second. You know, this is a game of inches, and that interception just really showed me that no matter if I feel like I'm beat or not, just make sure that I run to the ball and make sure I stay within the area of my man.
Tyrique, just to clarify, when Terrell's getting reps at your position, are you trying to figure out, like, what am I doing wrong? Do you try and get any kind of explanation from the coaching staff of where you stand, or is it like that, or do you just kind of let it go and just, you know, play it out, let it play out?
I haven't asked no questions yet, because at the end of the day, like I was saying earlier, both of us got drafted. You know, despite what we got drafted as, it's definitely an opportunity open, and you know, he's doing his best to be able to be the CB2, and I'm doing my best. So there's no reason for me to go upstairs and ask questions. You know, I feel like preparation and, you know, going out there and battling and competing every day just gonna be the best, bring the best man out on top for the job.
Do y'all lean on each other for preparation? Like being in the same draft class, y'all got similar body types and it's obviously in the same position. Do y'all lean on each other in terms of film study or note taking, anything like that?
Yeah. Some of the things we installed in practice, he didn't run in college, and I kind of ran in college. So if I'm in meetings and coach talking and I can see the little confusion on his face, he'll give me some tips, and it's the same way. You know, man. As far as taking care of ourselves, we throw things back at each other, because we asking questions, pretty much asking the same question but in different ways, and we pretty much throwing things back at each other to be able to come in and recoup and be able to come back out and show our best for practice.
Seems like it would be a tough thing to do, you know, at least for me, to lose out reps and have these struggles and keep my confidence high. Like you said, your confidence is still through the roof. Is there anything you do, or is there anything about yourself that allows you to keep your confidence so high through all this?
I would say I've been through a lot in life, and just to be able to make it here and make a dream that I had when I was 13 come true. You know, I feel like nothing in the world could stop me right now. So just being you know, losing a couple reps is not gonna bring me down. All I know is that I gotta go out, prepare harder, and be able to, you know, put my foot on the gas and make sure that, you know, I earn. Nothing is never given.
Do you shut it down after you leave here in the day, or do you have to go home and try to learn the playbook further to come back the next day? So you're kind of like going 24/7 right now to get up to speed.
You know, at the end of the day, it's my job now. I don't have school, I don't have tests, I don't have anything to worry about. So, you know, once I go home, I recover. I take a little hour or two, you know, to relax, kind of let the football thing go, talk to my family and everything, and then recollect myself, and then I'm back on the film, back to ways of understanding how can I improve my game, how can I come out tomorrow and cover TJ a little bit better.
And are you just in the hotel room with the iPad? Is that how you're studying? Or?
Yeah, a hotel room with the iPad, with the music, you know, and just, you know, going through it. If after I'm done with the practice today, I'm gonna go through the practice tomorrow, and just so far on, just keep going back to see that how I'm improving and see what I need to improve on.
What's the music?
Just shuffle. Right now it's Rilo, you know, his new album. That's one of my favorite rappers right now. So just, you know, have his album shuffling. It's pretty low though, so I can make sure that I focus. I go back through the plays, and I go back through the plays that I write down, and I go back through the notes. Kind of ask Coach Holt to mark off on the plays that I feel like I need to work on and I need to understand better, so I could go back in the film room and understand that.
Thanks. Braxton, even before the pads went on today, it seemed like you came into camp with quite an edge, maybe a little bit of an angriness. Was that, do you view it the same way?
I mean, I come into camp every year the same year. If that's, back in high school. I feel like even if the pads aren't on, you got to have some type of edge to you when you play this game. And it's just really a mindset. For me, it's like certain things kind of cross edge, but at the end of the day, it's just football, and it's a tough sport, especially up front. I mean, if you don't have some type of edge to you, you're not going to make it in this league, and that's just plain and simple.
Braxton, what's it been like going against DeMarcus Walker?
Yeah, in one-on-ones, it's definitely been a fight. I think I'm more struggling with the hands part of where to place my hands more than anything. I've realized that I'm a lot better at noticing the bull rush and then anchoring on it, actually. But I just, like, my hands are too wide to help myself, so I think I just got to get my hands back right. I had, worked on them pretty hard in the off season, but I think they're just, kind of still wide with pads being on even today. I just got to get them right, and I'll get them right. It just, it's going to take a little bit of time, practice after work, after practice, and then before practice as well, just getting it right. And I think, with him, he has such a small surface. He does a good job of, really getting like your chest. So I got to work on that and, throw my hands. But I think the anchoring part that I've been working on and like seeing the bull rush has been, way better, and just kind of sitting on it. I just think I'll give myself a better shot once I get the hands right.
Do you feel like a vet year two? Does it feel totally different?
I mean, yeah, if it definitely feels a little different. I don't know about a vet yet, but I kind of here and there feel like a young guy. But at the end of the day, you got to perform like a vet, and being able to get vet advice to some of the younger guys, even if that's Darnell or if whoever that is. We have a lot of younger guys still, so just trying to act like one, and go about practice and be like one is definitely, will make you feel like one.
Darnell.
Besides improving against the bull rush, where do you want to challenge yourself in year two to take your game?
Yeah, I mean, just my overall game, even in the run game too. And I feel like I've, came back with a different type of mindset in the run game. I used to run away from a lot of things, and that wasn't me trying to run away from some of the blocks or anything like that. It's just understanding and experience. So just even on those front sides of those wide zones, just taking it straight on and widening that edge has been 10 times better this year, and just now I understand and get it a little bit more. So and that will help our team. Especially against big fronts. Like I think last year I struggled a lot against like the Giants. They have that huge front where Leonard and all them guys. They're a big front, and I just struggled because I couldn't get into my blocks. So understanding that, getting my helmet into things, footwork and all types of things like that in the run game, and then just overall pass pro, just fine tuning my things. And right now my hands just aren't right, and I've been talking with my coach, and they just haven't been right, and I just got to get them right. And so it's as simple as that.
Darnell said he's been in your ear quite a bit. I imagine you were probably like that as a rookie. Like, what type of things does he ask you about?
Yeah, I mean, it's more specific things, honestly. I feel like Darnell's done a really good job of just, understanding he's a ball player at the end of the day. Like, we got him in the first round for a reason. He's talented, and like he can play ball for sure. So I think it's more of like the specific things. Like, we have a three here and a wide 9. How do I set this on this specific play? So it's more specific things like that when he doesn't necessarily have experience with that type of rush. And so it's nothing super broad. It's actually very specific questions, which is good for him, and I think he's coming along well.
His football IQ, like, was it higher than you thought, like for a rookie coming in, of just like the variety of questions that you're getting?
I mean, yeah, I would say so for sure. He has a good overall understanding of football. I think the questions are just more specific to tackles and, the everyday struggles we go through. So, which is, you can say that's IQ or whatever it is, but I mean, it pretty much is. I mean, they're not questions nearly about scheme as much. I mean, we all have questions about scheme, but he'll, obviously ask those to coach more. But, when it comes to certain situations that tackles get in, that's kind of what he's asking me about. But, yeah, Darnell's a smart kid, and he's just a ball player. I think he's out there just playing ball for real.
You guys have such a dynamic runner at quarterback. When you do 2-minute or red zone stuff, and he might not take off and keep it as much as he would in real life. How do you weigh kind of, okay, this is how we did in the drill versus this is what it would look like if we were, at the 20-yard line going in a real game?
I mean, we've been taught that, with Justin, he's so dynamic that, like, you just got to block forever. So everything's kind of, like, the same for me. I mean, when he's back there, you just got to think, he can make something, he can get us out of the craziest plays with, when I'm bad, too. I've noticed that, like, he'll get me out of, it looks like it's about to be a sack or I had a bad play there, but, he's just right out the back and, start running. So you just got to block forever. It's kind of the same mindset wherever. Obviously, it's a little different in certain areas of the field, but, I mean, if we're calling a drop back pass or anything like that, it's the same mindset kind of everywhere. He'll get you out of anything.
How much better do you think this offensive line can be from a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, just with the additions and stuff, obviously, we can be great. I think we have a good chance of being great. Obviously Darnell's a great addition. Nate's a great addition as well, and I think we just need to keep on coming together and taking it day by day, getting better every single day. And it's I feel like we can be better than we were last year for sure.
Braxton, you're helping Darnell, but like you said, he's the 10th pick of the draft. Are there things you can learn from him as well? Does he have strengths that you can learn from as a top-notch athlete?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he just Darnell's he's a big boy, so he can settle on bull rush really well. I think he anchors on it real well. Obviously, our hands got to be better in certain areas for that, but like I think learning from that and just the the quickness he does that at just settling on it, and then his pass pro, like he has pretty good pass pro, and I can learn from that as well and take some tools from him in that area too.
You did this last year as a rookie. Do you have an appreciation for kind of how their heads might be swimming, the first week of camp, the first day of pads, it sounds like they're going home at night and studying. Do you remember being in that situation and how can you help them now?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I've talked to Darnell too. It's just like as you go, you get more experience, and obviously right now like the bullets are flying, and I've told him like kind of once you get into season, it definitely dies down. Like everything's more specific, and we have a game plan. You're not just open variety of the entire playbook and stuff like that. But yeah, bullets are flying, and that's how you want to be right now. So you can practice like that. So then when you get to the game, everything's just nice, slow. You don't even get half the looks that you may see and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this time last year I was, of course, mind boggled for sure. But I think going through that is just kind of what a rookie has to go through. And once you make it out to the other end, it feels good. So. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a nice day. Thanks.